Other YouTubers are covering her and raid contents outside the clan boss. She is a daily login reward, and everyone will be getting her on the 180th day of logging in. And I will tell you that she will help you in just about every content in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her name, but in this video I'll be calling her Scyl of the Drakes. Her kit provides CC, and she also provides a lot of survivability to your team, which helps a lot in getting through pretty much every dungeon, every campaign difficulty, and barbarian faction war. But is she good at clan boss? Here was my first run with Scyl of the Drakes and clan boss. Hi YouTube, this is Scyl here. Before I forget, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below. In this video here, I'll be focusing on using Scyl of the Drakes and clan boss. This video was my first run in clan boss, and the clan boss was Spirit Affinity, so my team choice was to run Scyl of the Drakes on a speed team. I didn't go with a counter attack team because her kit comes with a increased speed buff that will mess up the entire counter attack rotation. Also, the clan boss was Spirit Affinity, which also messes up the clan boss rotation because the Spirit Affinity puts up a decreased speed debuff. So because I'm running a speed team, I built Scyl of the Drakes to have all speed gears, and I built her to be fast. Here are my stats. I have her at 35k HP, 3.7k defense, 248 speed, 100% critical rate, and 159% critical damage. And her resistance and accuracy doesn't matter in clan boss. Here's the reason why I built her this way. Let's look at her skill set. What I'm using Scyl of the Drakes for is her passive. Whenever she takes a turn, she will heal your entire team by 10% of their max HP. Plus, she will randomly give a ally champion the increased speed buff for 2 turns. This entire passive only triggers on her turn. So because of the passive, I brought her into the clan boss using a speed team. I want her to be fast, and I want her to take as many turns as possible. This way her passive procs multiple times, and basically she becomes my team's healer. Alright, let's talk about her other abilities. Her A1 attacks one enemy and has a 20% chance to put up a decreased speed debuff and 30% chance to decrease turn meter by 15%. If you do book her, it increases the debuff chance by up to another 20%. This ability is great against Ice Golem, Fire Knight, and Spider, but it doesn't work against the clan boss because the clan boss is immune to turn meter manipulation and decreased speed debuff. So in clan boss, for Scyl of the Drakes, we only care about her damage output with her A1. So what I did was I built her with high critical stats on her so that she can put up some nice damage. Her A2 attacks all enemies 2 times, and each hit has a 20% chance to put up a stun debuff for 1 turn. In clan boss, we're not going to be using this ability. The clan boss is immune to the stun debuff, and also on auto, her AI does not use this ability in clan boss. Her A3 revives a champion with 50% health and gives them a 50% ally protection buff for 2 turns. This ability is really helpful, especially in the later rounds, when the clan boss starts taking out your champions. Scyl of the Drakes will bring you back into the battle. Now, I don't have any books on my Scyl of the Drakes, and I believe that you don't need any books on her if you are playing her for her passive. If you do decide to book her, books will always help because it does increase the damage that she does, and it brings the cooldown of this ability to a 4-turn cooldown. But books are not really needed. For her masteries, here's what I went with. Alright, so now I'm going to speed up the clan boss battle by doubling the speed. Let's look at it, and after the battle is done, I will also be sharing my other screenshots from more of my testing on Scyl of the Drakes. I also do have screenshots of a more budget team with Scyl the Drakes that I also ran on Nightmare. I also did try her out on a counter-attack team, and I'll talk about all of that at the end of the video. So the team did some pretty amazing damage, 52.87 million. This was my first run with Scyl of the Drakes, and if you look at her damage, she was able to put up 10 million damage and kept up with the damage of Tyrell and Venus. But to be fair, Venus did die a lot, and the team had to keep bringing her back. But because this team does contain Rhodos, Sephi, and Venus, then it's not really fair for all of the players because these champions are hard to get. So I ran a more budget team and came up a little bit under 30 million on both of my runs. 28 million and 29 million. Both teams revolve around speed composition and both are ran on auto and nightmare difficulty. And here's a brutal run. This team here is capable of giving you the top chest and nightmare difficulty with 2 keys and 1 key for the top chest and brutal difficulty. So let me talk about the team composition a little bit here. I paired Scyl the Drakes with Apothecary. Apothecary will provide the turn meter boost and the increased speed buff. Apothecary alone on a team is normally not enough to heal an entire team, and that's where Scyl the Drakes come into play. Her passive makes her a healer. Plus, she's a defense scaling champion, meaning that you can build her to be tanky and she can put out damage because her damage scales off of defense. But because we are using her for her passive, then we also want as much speed as possible on her so that she can take a lot of turn. I did try her on a counter-attack team and Ultra Nightmare difficulty, and from observing that battle, then I don't recommend Scyl the Drakes on the counter-attack team. This is because her passive includes the increased speed buff, which totally will throw off your counter-attack rotation. Alright, and that's all I have for today. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments for me, then please let me know in the comments section below. Thank you.